Well, Allison, Joe Biden closing out a 5-day swing here in Iowa with lunch at a diner here in Bettendorf. He's trying to shore up his position here in the important first caucus state with a month to go, believe it or not. Just 1 month until those Iowa caucuses. It feels like we've been at this for a year, and it's finally upon us. Of course, in the last few days, what we've seen, though, here on the campaign trail, after a campaign that's been dominated about domestic issues, about immigration, about health care, about education, now it's foreign policy that's front and center after the killing of Iranian General Soleimani. Joe Biden told me foreign policy has been a front and center issue for him this entire campaign. And as you would expect, the former vice president, the former chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, is really uncomfortable terrain now with a foreign policy discussion. He's been very critical of the Trump administration. He said, listen, no one mourns the death of Soleimani. But the question is, does the Trump administration have a strategy for what's next? In fact, a dire warning to voters here just last night saying, you know what, we have to pray that there are Republicans who would show the courage needed that if the walls continue to close in around President Trump, that they would do the right thing and stand up to him. He also said he's praying that President Trump will listen to his generals here. So, of course, Joe Biden enjoys a foreign policy discussion. That doesn't mean that other candidates aren't eager to use this issue against Joe Biden. Bernie Sanders, we covered this weekend, his campaign telling me they want to highlight the fact that Joe Biden voted for the war in Iraq in 2002. That was something that they said helped exacerbate some of the tensions in the Mideast, created a situation where we still have unrest there, and they want to point out that Bernie Sanders has been consistent on these issues of war and peace. I asked Elizabeth Warren yesterday, does this show, can she win a foreign policy debate against Joe Biden? She's keeping her focus for now on President Trump. She's questioning the timing of all this. She wants to know, did President Trump launch this strike specifically to distract from the impeachment debate that had been happening back in Washington? So going forward here, I mentioned it's a month until the Iowa caucus, and we have a new poll showing just how close the race here is in Iowa. 23% for Bernie Sanders, 23% for Joe Biden, 23% for Pete Buttigieg. That's as close as you get with Elizabeth Warren trailing just behind 16%. We're going to have a 5-person debate here next week. That's going to be a critical moment as we get close here, with so much, though, unknown as developments keep happening here and testing the candidates' ability to adapt to changing circumstances. Allison.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.